Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. So glad to be back and have Ben here with me as well. So today we're going to be talking about conflicts in relationships, fights, arguments, and how to deal with it in an appropriate way, because
it's hard out here.
We've been through
it's hard.
How many years have we been in a relationship? 6 years? Over 7 years now. 6 years.
I'll say 7, yeah. 6 or 7 in between that.
Yeah. So we've really had to learn how to deal with conflicts and having fights, having arguments, disagreeing about certain things, misunderstandings, all that kind of stuff. We've had to learn how to, do it in the right way and in an appropriate way that's respectful, and that, obviously, because at the end of the day, you're dealing with someone who is your partner, someone that you say that you love. So if you disagrey or you have a misunderstanding with them, you still have to learn how to love them through that conflict, So basically, we're just going to start off with, first of all, kind of talking about our initial reactions, how we would usually react in a conflict or in a really tense situation. So we'll start off with that.
All right. That
sounds good. Do you want to go first?
Well, if you know me well, you know if I get pissed off, if there's a conflict or whatever, I don't like to talk about it, so I'll kind of leave the area and go away. Ladies hate that, I know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't want to say something that will make the situation worse, all right? Because when I'm pissed off, I bring out stuff that is not really nice. Very
rude stuff.
It's okay. That's why I walk away, all right? That's why I go away, think about stuff, and then when I come back, my mind is fresh. I can say what I really feel, Because if I'm angry, I'm just going to say nasty stuff.
Yeah.
Not going to swear, but I'm just going to say stuff that will piss you off even more than I am. Because that's what people tend to do when they're pissed off.
Yep, definitely.
So what do you do?
So usually, I'm not going to lie, I get pissed off very easily.
Very.
I think it's a trait in me that really I need to work on, because
not a good one.
I'm very irritable. I'm not that bad, but if you do something that pisses me off, I'm gonna show you that I'm mad.
Every second.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing it in the first place? You know it's gonna make me mad.
Every second.
So why are you doing it? That's what I want to know. Why are you doing it? But obviously, guys, everyone has weaknesses, and that's one of mine. I get pissed off quickly, or I get angry really easily. And so most of the time when he does something that makes me upset, I'm gonna be like, why are you doing it? And I'll get all mad or angry straight away without really thinking about it and processing it properly. I'll get really upset about it and really just do the most, talk too much, say some random stuff, unnecessary stuff sometimes, and then or sometimes say things back to get back at the person, because why are you doing that thing in the first place, kind of thing. So that's how I would usually react. But obviously, over the years, and as I've grown and I've realized that this weakness, I learned to hold back a bit and not talk straight away and not say things straight away, but really just process it, calm down, relax, and then come back with a better answer, with a more what's it called, not so rude answer. So I had to learn to do that.
There's actually a Bible verse for these guys. It says, be quick to listen and slow to speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, what he was saying, another verse, I'll have to find it and I'll insert it. That became one of my favorite verses, and it said, a harsh word stirs up anger, but a gentle answer turns away wrath. And obviously, when I read that, I had to learn how to, how to answer back, kind of thing.
Right.
So basically, I guess with everyone, we all have different ways that we would usually react in a conflict or in a situation that's really tense. So that's the way we would react usually. What are reasons that can cause conflicts in relationships? What were some of the reasons that you think cause some of our conflicts?
Guys, these are some things I can think about. Misunderstanding can come from when someone talks to you and you don't really you kind of are quick to judge. You quickly take what they say and you turn it in your own words, not really listening to the full story of what they're about to say. Misunderstanding, competition. Competition is a big thing when you're trying to make yourself better than them.
And oh my God, you know what? I feel like because this guy, if you have a partner
I'm
that's
good
an
at
athlete,
everything.
no, if you have a partner that's an athlete
Good
or
at
is competitive,
everything. Just put it that way. When he's good at everything.
no, Ben.
Okay.
If you have a partner that's competitive and is really like athletic or just plays a sport, oh my God, everything is a competition, bro. Everything is a competition.
Not about to lose.
Everything is a competition.
I'm a winner.
Why?
It's in my blood.
Why?
It's in my
no,
blood.
No, it's not everything, Ben.
It's in my blood.
It's not everything.
Amen.
Anyways.
Guys, like competition, it's a big part of this relationship. I'm not
really
about
not.
to get married to a loser. All right, we're both winners in this relationship. Sometimes she wins a little bit. I let her, but it's all right. She wins and I win sometimes. So, you know, it makes the relationship a little bit spicy, but don't take it a bit too far. Competition is a big one.
But I take everything deep, Ben.
Yeah.
It's actually annoying though, but because like everything's not a competition. Like you don't have to compete for everything.
I know,
sometimes you're allowed to
it
lose.
makes it
If you're
spicy.
wrong, you're wrong. Like I feel like another reason actually
Ladies think they're right all the time.
Another reason why people might argue in a relationship is because they think that they're right. In a situation, they think that, no, I'm right, you're wrong. And most of the time, like one person thinks they're right and the other person thinks, no, they're right. And it's like you'll be going back and forth, no, I'm right because of this, and the other person, no, I'm right because of this. But really, a lot of the time, you're actually both right.
In your own way.
Yeah, in your own way. You both have different perspectives, different understandings, and just because you don't want to understand the other person's perspective doesn't mean they're wrong. Like that's one thing we have to come to learn. Like most of the time when I'm like, because obviously as women, I know like it's a woman thing to be like, women are always right. We're usually always right. Most of the time we're right?
That's a lot.
And what I came to understand is that when we do say, oh, we're right, and we disregard what our partner says. For me personally, I came to realize that like when I look back at it, it's like actually he was actually right about that part, and he was right about that part, and I should have gave him that, but I was too busy talking about, oh, I'm right. Whereas like, okay, you might be right in some areas, but there are areas that you're not right in.
Partner may be right in,
so don't be quick to jump and be like, no, I'm right, listen to what I'm saying, I'm right. When it's like, you're not always right. Like no person is always right. No one is perfect.
It's only God at the end of the day that can say who's right and who's wrong. You saying you're right and the person is wrong, it's like you saying you're God. Like in a relationship, you're two different people that come from two different areas. So like there's a great scenario on Facebook that I saw that is really awesome. It's like two people standing opposite each other and there's a number on the ground. On the other side, it's a 9 to them. On the other side, it looks like a 6 to them. So they're fighting like it's a 6, the other person is saying it's a 9. But they're both right, but in your eyes, you don't understand why it's a 9. But when you look at it from their shoes, it is a 9. So sometimes you gotta look at it like the way she said, sometimes forget about what you're saying and look at it from their shoes. You'll see where they're right and where they're wrong, so then you can get where you're right, put it there, and get where they're right, put it there. You're both meant to give and take in a relationship. So when you put two rights together, it's beautiful. But when you think you're completely right, you may be wrong in an area, but it will never work. You gotta take from each other.
Instead of always thinking you're right. You know? So another thing as well actually is pride. I feel like pride,
big.
Because you have all this pride. You have all this, I'm always right. If you're someone who like you don't really take anybody's opinions. You think what you say is right. You feel like everybody should listen to what you have to say.
Let me take over this. Men, I'll say this, okay? Men, we have this a lot, to be honest. Men have this a lot. It's not something that is like, oh, sometimes we think we don't have it, but it's built within us. Pride is there, Sometimes it might just pop out. Some people are great at it, some people are not, but we have this a lot. And if you love someone, if you're in a relationship with someone and you love them, there is no pride in that area. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to do anything to them to make them feel like, if anything, if you keep trying to make yourself look good, put that pride high, put your chest up there, all you're doing is hurting your
Pushing them
person,
away as well,
pushing
but-
your wife, pushing your partner
pushing
away
them
from
away,
you.
because-
So you don't need to do that.
Because pride, you know what they say, pride comes before a fall.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have too much pride there, look, you'll be by yourself there in your own corner, because nobody wants to come around people who are too prideful.
I don't have pride
Like-
anymore. I have a little bit.
You're working
tiny,
on it, Bob.
little
You're
bit.
working on it.
This much. It
You're
has to
working
be
on it.
there. I'm a
Yeah,
man.
it is
I'm a
what
man.
it is, but
Little bit.
no, but at the end of the day, like we all have to learn to be humble. But it's not only you. Like I feel like it's not just guys. Girls can have pride too.
Yep.
Like, to a certain extent, I have pride.
You
but
do.
I make sure that he doesn't
Equality.
override. He doesn't override. Yeah, that's true.
Equality.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't override.
Equality.
Can you
Ladies,
listen?
you're a woman. You're not a man. Man, you're a man. You're not a woman. Okay? Sorry, I just want to say this before we continue.
Because that's another thing.
Wait, sorry.
Fairness.
One thing I want to say
That's
before we
literally another
continue. A woman is not created to do what a man can do. You will never ever be able to do what a man can do. A man is not created to do what a woman can do. You can never do that. So at the end of the day, a woman is created to do what a man cannot do.
Yeah, that's
All right? If you concentrate on that, you will do that. A man is created to do what a woman cannot do. So you're not here to show a man that you can do what he can do, or you're not here to show a woman you can do what she can do. No, that's not your area. Do what she cannot do, and then you can be like
Yeah.
that. So, sorry,
But
continue.
now, actually, I even forgot I was talking about with the other one now. We're talking about pride.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now I forgot. It's alright. But I want to talk about something that you just said. So that actually adds to one of the other reasons that conflicts arise, because you want fairness. Like let's say in our household, for example, like when it comes to like house chores and stuff, I'm like here like okay, I'm gonna do this, and then you can clean this and this and this. So like let's say for example, if
I hate dishes.
Listen, Ben, if I do the mopping, if I do this, if I do that, then,
I hate
then you
dishes.
can do this and this and this. And the moment
I
that-
hate dishes.
Ben, stop. You're actually being annoying. We heard it.
Okay.
So yeah, so usually I'll be like, okay, we'll divide the chores, you do this, I'll do this. And the moment that I say it's time to do the chores, and the other person, or let's say for example, he doesn't do his part, I get pissed off. I get upset.
Very simple.
You know, I'm just like, okay, like it's not hard. It's not hard. You do your chores, I do mine, right? And usually, sometimes I'll give him the chores that aren't even that hard, because I know, okay, he might be doing other things. And usually he's always helping people and all this extra stuff. So I know he won't have time. But I'll give him simple tasks, and he won't do it. And that will
Actually,
tick
won't.
me off. No, but you.
No,
the thing is,
the
okay,
thing
listen,
is,
no,
it's
but
not
no,
the fact that I don't do it, it's the fact I don't do it in her time. The time that she
Okay,
wants
like
me
guys,
to do
guys,
it. Okay?
If we have like picked a time to do our chores, why do you now decide you want to go do it in your own time?
But
Let's say for example, Saturday mornings is when we do our chores and stuff, and you're gonna decide you're gonna go do all this other extra stuff, and then come Saturday afternoon we have an event to go to, we have other things to do.
I'm a humble
When are you
man.
gonna do your chores?
but
When are you gonna
if
do
you're
it?
honest, I do end up doing it.
You do it, but it's like just
But why do you have to get angry if I end up doing it?
because we have designated a time for us to do the chores.
Okay.
So why are you not doing it in that time? Why do you have to do it in your own time? Why is it that things
When
have to
stuff
go
come
your
up.
way? The way you want to do that, Ben.
The thing is, okay, put it this way. You have your chores to do. I
Yeah.
have mine to do.
Yeah.
Do yours in your own time. Don't try to put my
No,
time
Ben.
there.
Oh, my
Let me do
goodness.
mine in my
Oh.
time. Okay? If I don't do it, then you can talk.
Alright. Anyways,
It's
guys,
alright.
we're not trying to start an
Ladies.
argument out here.
I'm trying
to start an
to, you know,
argument, okay? Guys,
make
we're
it
just talk to
spicy.
you guys.
Make it
We're not
spicy.
mad. Don't worry. We're not arguing.
I'm angry.
We're just.
I'm gonna walk away now because I'm angry. Nah, I'm not. I'm just joking, guys. Continue.
Anyways, so the point that we were trying to make, fairness. Sometimes you want things to be fair in your
Yeah.
relationship, and when it's not fair, of course, you're gonna straight away get upset about it. But at the end of the day, it's always a better way to deal with things. There's always
Yeah.
a better way to, like go about things. And like we've listed a few things already. We literally talked about competition. We talked about disagreements, misunderstandings, and like pride, that kind of thing. So
Those are the big ones
there are heaps
that
of other
always brings
things.
up.
Yeah, there's so many other
There's
things.
a lot
that
of
can
stuff that
cause-
bring it up, but those are the main areas they come from. All right.
So basically now we want to talk about tips. So tips that we've learned that have really been helpful for us, and things that we think are really useful when it comes to dealing with these conflicts and dealing with these like misunderstandings and things that do come your way, do come our way in relationships.
The most important thing that I have learned is listening till the end of the whole thing actually helps you to understand what they're. Don't be thinking in your mind or getting yourself ready to say the next word. No, that will never help you.
But yeah, so for me, like I said at the start, just kind of like take a step back, think about it, really process it, process the situation. You can be upset, but be upset inside of you. You don't have to say something straight away, right? You can just calm down, reflect on the situation, really think about it. And I know it's not easy when something's really stirring you up, you're just mad, you're angry. You're not going to straight away start, let me just reflect about it, let me just think about it. You don't think like that straight away, but it's something that you can discipline yourself in and make sure you learn how to, just think about the situation, really reflect on it, think about it, okay, how am I going to react to this? How am I going to deal with this kind of thing?
That's true.
And then as you do that, you learn, okay, I can come about it in this way and this way and this way. You can come in a more respectful way, in a way where you're not going to hurt your significant other, because at the end of the day, this is your partner. You don't want to hurt them, but yes, you want to get your point across because you're upset about something, but learn how to do it in a respectful way. That's very important,
guys. Coming across the way that she said, like if you are talking to me and you bring something in an angry, it doesn't have to be rude. If you bring something out angrily, do this, do that, most likely, I'm not kidding, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, regardless who you are, I'm not gonna do it. I'll do it when I want to do it. Though, but if you bring it in a loving way, you're not fighting with the person. Sometimes you don't have to bring stuff out angrily. You can just be like, Bob, can you do this, please? Them words are not going to cost you anything. Them words are so simple, but it does so much in the person you want them to do. If you tell them, please, or I love you, please, can you do this? Call them some sweet names, my sugar baby, my honey pie. All them sweet stuff actually change a lot in their life. They will do way more than what you. For me, sometimes when she says those honey words, I wash the whole dishes, I wash the pot, I go and even wash the clothes with my hands. So my point here is taking it a little, it's getting too deep. But I'm trying to say, sometimes the way that you bring out the words will actually help a lot. Don't say stuff really rude or angry.
Another tip.
And the things that she said, take it away. Guys, we normally do this. Ladies, when your man is going away to think about it, don't think that he doesn't love you, don't think he's mad at you, but he just doesn't want to hurt you in that moment. Just take it in that way. He doesn't want to hurt you. Let him go think about it. And when you have time later, when you're both calm, bring it up, you talk about it normal.
And also, another thing, when it comes to like the pride situation, like at the end of the day, guys, I'm talking to everyone, females and males. Remember what Ben said, like, your pride is not gonna get no positive response from your partner. Most of the time, like that verse is what that talks about those who humble themselves will be exalted, but those who are too prideful, most of the time I don't know, I can't even remember the rest of it. But anyways, if I find it, I'll put it on here. But the point is, like, humility is usually what will get you your desired response from your significant other, because they can see how humble you are. They can see you're coming from a place of I feel like that's for me. That's what works the most for me. When someone, like, if there's a conflict and they're really humble about it, they're not all rude and they're not all like forceful or just want you to do it like this, do it like that. But if they come humbly about it, I'm so sorry about like what I did, or how do I even put it? Like, let's say for example they're really upset. They'll be like, oh babe, I'm really really upset about what you did and this, like that really hurt my feelings, this and that. I'll respond straight away, and I'll be more than I'll actually apologize, and I'll be more than willing to change my ways, because I saw how much it hurt you and you're expressing to me how much it hurt you. But coming at me where in a way where you're like putting me down or you're being rude to me, because I won't respond otherwise if you're coming at me like that. But when you come at me with like in a humble way, and you're sincere about it, bro, I would even feel bad. Like I would be like, why did I even do that? Like, oh, why? I'm so sorry for what I did, you know. When we're coming to people with our conflicts or with our turmoil or whatever it is, come in a humble way, because at the end of the day you'll be exalted, and that situation, whatever it is that you're going through, it won't even be an issue anymore. And I'm telling you guys, because we are all learning. Like I'm telling you, like us, we're still learning.
Most of the stuff we're talking about,
we're fresh, and
we're going through it every day.
Every day.
It's a learning process.
Yeah, we love talking about these things because I think they're important things to talk about.
Yeah.
And if we can learn, because when we bring things out on the table, they don't become a problem anymore. They're not hidden things anymore, and they're not things that will cause constant issues that lead to bigger problems. Because a lot of the time, I realize that in relationships, when things start off little by little, and they're not sorted out. And then they become a big issue.
If you don't bring it out, it tends to build up. And the more you build it up, it explodes later.
Exactly. Right, so yeah, guys, that's the end. I think we'll end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope you guys learned something out of it, or you gained something out of it as well. If you guys like the video, give it a like, give it a comment, and subscribe as well, because that really helps us. And yeah,
thumbs up.
Thank you guys so much. All right. Bye.
Au revoir.